All right, folks, what is going on? Welcome to the First and Frame Rate Show. I am VF Baller. Over here, we talk about Georgia Southern and Atlanta Falcons football, and I am in a pretty good mood today. I think everything's going to be really good for the rest of my day. It's Thursday, the day before Friday, so I am in a good mood. Hopefully, everything is going well on your end as well. Many blessings, many blessings, many blessings. All right, we're going to have fun talking about these two topics, and I think it's going to be really interesting to get feedback. I think I'm going to say some things that are pretty interesting. Most of the stuff is not really scripted. I just talk off the top of my head once I get the topic out there. So hopefully it comes out as interesting as I think it would. If this is your first time here, welcome. Over here, I talk about Georgia Southern Atlanta Falcons football. I am on YouTube and Rumble. You can also listen to me on Anchor, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple, and Google. So if you want to listen to the audio side of things, I'm over there as well. And for the people who continuously coming to listen to this this information, I really thank you. I thank you for listening to the commentary, and I think for the ones who your first time here, thank you as well. Just spending a little bit of time with me goes a long way. I really appreciate it. If you have been listening for a while and you feel it in your heart to donate, you can hit any of the links down in the description, and we can just go from there. Either way, if you're just listening, it's all love. It's all awesome. Let's get into these two topics, because these two topics basically pertain to the Atlanta Falcons. You know, Georgia Southern is still doing their thing with practice. Not much to talk about there outside of them still trying to get some good recruits. They're still trying to get some good recruits and guys through the transfer portal. I'm going to talk about one person in particular down the road if we do end up if he does end up committing. I think it's a really big signing. So we'll touch on that when it gets there, but it looks like it may happen. It looks like it's in the works. So shout out to Coach Helton and Georgia Southern Eagles. They're doing a phenomenal job of rebuilding that program after abysmal 3-9 season. We're going to see how that plays out. Let's get into this Falcon talk. Damien Williams was signed to the Atlanta Falcons earlier in the week, or I think it was late last week. I can't remember. I think it was earlier this week. This guy, I knew him from somewhere, but it's not from Chicago. I looked at him from the time when he was in Kansas City. Now, mind you, he opted out of the 2020 season because of the whole COVID restriction stuff. And so he did not play. He came back in 2021. And but I'm looking at the 2019 stats. I think this guy could be really good. He basically was the driving force of them winning the Super Bowl against the 49ers. He had a pretty good game that game, but everything is not, hinged on one game. He just knows that he could be effective. Overall, during that season, he ran for almost 500 yards. He caught for almost another 200 yards. Now, if you look at the title, you kind of know where I'm going at with this. You already know. Damien Williams could be utilized in a way like Calvin. I mean, oh God, it's not Calvin. Don't want to be, used in that manner. He could be utilized like Cordarelle Patterson. Could you imagine two guys that are that versatile on the field? Because, Damien Williams can catch out the backfield. He's not that bad. He caught 30 catches, that year. Even last year when he played for Chicago, he caught 16 for 103. I mean, he only played 8 games, so he played basically half the season. So if you double that, he's probably going to end up with 30, 35 catches, pretty much on par of his last season when he played. Also, he ran for 40 attempts for 164, which is around, 4 yards a carry. That sounds pretty good. But the year he was in Kansas City, he had over 100 rushes for 498, which is around 4.5, which is still really good. As of right now, to be quite honest, and I don't really want to put Cordarelle Patterson in this category, Damien Williams may be the best running back we have on this team. Now I know we got Quadri Allison. I'm not even sure Wayne Gallman is still on the team, but we still have Mike Davis and Cordarelle Patterson. He's Mr. Do-It-All. But probably production-wise, production-wise is Cordarelle Patterson, but as far as the position-wise, Damien Williams might be that guy. And not only that, he can catch out the backfield. He can do a lot of more other things. So I can see where Arthur Smith may use him in kind of the same capacity as Cordarelle Patterson. Now, Cordarelle Patterson can line up at wide out. So that's something that I didn't see much of, or I don't remember seeing much of Damien Williams actually lining up at wide out. But for him to catch the ball out of the backfield, that is, that's where you want to be as far as running back. I don't see any other running back, like pure running back on the Falcons that's doing that. That's catching the ball out the backfield and being productive, or being as productive as somebody like Damien Williams. You also have to understand with Damien Williams, when they went on that Super Bowl run, he was the guy, but he wasn't the guy that was, they basically ran a quarterback. They ran a running back by committee for the most part. And in that time, he only played in 11 games. He just had one, really, he had an important game, which was the Super Bowl, and he did very well in. But when I'm looking at this situation, I think that Damien Williams has a potential to actually be really utilized very well. Now I'm almost to the sense that the Falcons may draft the running back as well. So somebody's going to get cut eventually, especially if they draft the running back, because you still got a pretty big. You pretty got a pretty deep. You got a deep quarter on running back. It's just a lot of people there. I just lost words. I didn't know what to say. But you have a lot of running backs in that, in that position that can actually do something. So I don't expect CP84 to be cut. Now, Quadri Allison, he's been up and down so much. Just don't know how that's going to play out. So with that being said, he may be the outside looking in. Damien Williams have already known to be, productive. And I think the guy from Chicago, I think his name Pate or something like that. I can't remember his name, but he came to Atlanta. He's bringing a lot of guys from Chicago with him. Damien Williams is one. And, like I said, the Chicago connection is real, because we starting to see people come from Chicago there. And I'm not really looking at Damien Williams' production in Chicago, because it was kind of limited. Did I say he played? No, he played 12 games. I'm sorry. I think I said earlier he played 6. But he played 8 games. No, I'm saying he played 12 games. So you're probably still looking at it. He didn't play 5. He started 2. I want to backtrack that. I want to, apologize for that. But he did, only played 12 games. And the numbers aren't that bad. But you also look at Chicago and what they were able to do. Their offense wasn't really, all that. So looking at the stats wrong, I need to backtrack and let you know that he played 12 games, not 6. I do want to apologize for that. But nevertheless, the numbers are there where he can still be a balance at running back. He, like I said, 40 rushes for 164 to still 4.1 yards a carry, and also catching out of the backfield, he averaged 6.4 yards of reception. Had a touchdown receiving. He also had a couple of touchdowns rushing as well. So he could be fairly productive. I don't see where the problem is. I think he could easily be utilized like Cordarelle Patterson in the scheme of things. Will he be as productive? I'm not sure, because Cordarelle Patterson did a lot. But with Cordarelle Patterson having like a 500 year or something like that, it's not too far-fetched to say that Damien Williams can't do the same thing. He pretty much was on his way of doing that in Kansas City, when he only played 11 games. Now, if he played all 17, then at the time it was 16. If he played all 16 games, it would have been a totally different story, in my opinion. I think he would have been able to be more productive, even with the running back by committee situation. Also, it just depends on what Marcus Mariota can do. Like, we already know Marcus Mariota like to throw the tight ends, not much to the quarterbacks in the backfield. That for the most part is kind of like not a strength, but I don't see why he can't do it. I think it'll be a situation where it is actually viable to spread the ball around, and Mariota is capable of doing that. We have a very average quarterback situation right here, and for the most part, we have a very average to slightly above average team right now. Now, there's a lot of moving and shaking that's going to happen. We're going to be drafting some players. We're going to be getting probably a couple more free agents. I heard that linebacker from the Titans just came down to get a look, and I think it was another wide receiver came in to get a look for free agency. And like I said, the draft is coming up. People are going to be moving. People are going to be cut. This is not the final product, but I do feel that a guy like Damien Williams, I think he's going to end up making the team, because he can be just that productive. And like I said earlier, I think he's right now the best quarterback. He's the best running back on the team right now. pure running back. I mean, like I said, you could make the argument about Cordarelle Patterson, but you look at the other two running backs we have now. I'm not saying I don't have faith in them, but I just feel that Damien Williams is better. Now, when we flip it, let's talk about something else before I get out of here. About halfway through the podcast, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation with Damien Williams. Do you think I'm tripping? You don't know what I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me know what you thought. What are your thoughts about this? Before I get into the final topic, because I already know that this is gonna be a pretty long-winded one. Bruce Arians has retired. I know if you guys have noticed that. So that's a coach in the NFC NFC South we don't have to worry about. Also, Malcolm Jenkins has retired from the Saints. He's retired after a 13-year career. So Bruce Arians is going up to the front office. He's going to be up in the booth or whatever the case may be. But he's not going to be a coach he's not going to be the coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Michael Jenkins is going. Is it Michael Jenkins? Did I say that? Let me look that up again because I had it in my phone. Yeah, Michael Jenkins. I think I said Malcolm Jenkins. Goodness, I just lost the name. Malcolm Jenkins is going to be retiring as well. So 2 moves in the NFC South. Yeah, that's something to look into for the Falcons. Now, let's talk about this draft. There's already been rumors saying that the Falcons could move up to get a quarterback. How do y'all feel about that? Because I kind of figured when they did their press conference, I had a feeling that this was going to be a possibility that they're going to move up to get a quarterback. The way they were talking, it just seemed like they're looking at quarterback. And there's been rumors saying that they're going to move up. Now, I'm going to tell you guys now, they have the pieces to move up. They have the number 8 pick. They have 2 second-rounders and 2 third-rounders. So they have draft capital to move up. And in some cases, some people are already saying they have enough capital to move up to number 1. So if they move up, who are they going to pick? They're going to pick Willis. They're going to pick Pickett. They're going to pick Desmond Ridder. I think Ridder can be got in the second round. So if they move up, I don't think this is going to be a Ridder move. It may be a Willis move. After Willis Pro Day, everybody's ranting and raving about him. And the last thing that, the front office may not want to see this kid go to the Panthers. Panthers is at 6. They need a quarterback. They don't believe in Sam Darnold. They couldn't get Deshaun Watson. The Cam Newton experience didn't work. Cam Newton 2.0 didn't work. So they may be looking to get a quarterback. At the minimum, the Falcons could probably try to move up to number 5 just to get in front of the Panthers. Now when you look at this is my thoughts about this. You don't want to be that team to let the Panthers get one of these quarterbacks. And I don't really believe this, but you don't want the Panthers to get a quarterback, and this quarterback is somebody that will taunt and troll and beat up on your team for the next 7 to 8 years minimum. Do I think these quarterbacks are worth that? No, I don't think they are. But you never know. You never know what may happen. Do they look like they're worth the top 10 pick? I don't think none of these quarterbacks look like they're worth the top 10 pick. I fell out of love with them very, very quick when I found out who's going to be out there. But how much draft capital do you think the Falcons have to give up to move from 8 to 1 or 8 to 5? If they're moving up to 8 to 5, they may have to give up their they have to swap first rounds and probably give up a second. One of their second round picks. If they're moving up to number 1 all the way up to number 1, they're probably going to have to give up their first this year, both of their seconds, and maybe a second next year. I don't think they'll probably have to give up another first for next year. I don't think they have, because it's the number 8 pick. Now, if they were coming in from like the middle of the draft, like 15 or something, yeah, I could see them probably having to give up another first. But if you're at number 8 and you're trying to move number 1, you may have to give up both of those second rounds or a second and a third. I'm probably thinking like you probably have to swap first rounds and give up a second and a third or a second and a second. You're not going to get away swapping first rounds and just giving up a third rounder or 2/3. You're going to give up one of those second round picks. So is it worth it? I don't know. I mean, the thing about this is sometimes it be the ones that you don't think. In some cases, I don't think it's quarterback, but I think sometimes it's the ones you don't think that's going to be great end up being great, and the ones that you thought was going to be great just be mid or terrible. Just think about it. Is Malik Willis that guy that's going to be be a prominent quarterback for the next, 8, 9, 10 years? Is he going to be that guy that's going to be standing in a Falcons uniform like Matt Ryan was? Now, mind you, Matt Ryan was the number 3 pick in the 2007, 2008 draft. I think it was 2007. So he's been there for a long time. And when you pick that high, this is somebody that you're going to be rolling with. What does that mean for Marcus Mariota? Will it be a situation like how it is in San Francisco? Trey Lance goes number 5 and have to sit a year and he played a little bit? Because if that's the case, no matter what the situation is, if they pick a quarterback, they move up to get a quarterback, or if they end up getting a quarterback at 8, 2023, that quarterback's going to be playing. Unless Marcus Mariota does a miracle and lead this team far in the playoffs or go to the Super Bowl or something, Marcus Mariota's one and done. If they draft a quarterback, unless this quarterback comes in and takes his job right away through in training camp and practice, or Marcus Mariota just don't pan out in the middle of the season. Other than that, he's not getting whoever they're picking is not going to get any burn. But yeah, it's so many people saying this. There's rumors out there that could be the case. I think it was the Falcons Wire was one of the first places I've seen it. I don't really, I haven't really watched, read what they said in the article, which I should pull up. But you have to understand, they have the number 8th pick. They have number 43, 58. Thank you, Julio. They have number 74. And they got number 82. Thank you, Colts. So they got a first, 2 seconds, and 2/3. They have enough capital to move up. But if they do move up all the way to number 1, they're giving up that first and that second. They're probably going to swap first and give up a second and a third, or both of the seconds. Is it worth it? I'm not really sure. They better know what they're doing if they do this, because all odds is going to be on Malik Willis or Kenny Pickett or whoever they pick. Personally, deep down, I think that they'll probably move up to try to get Malik Willis. And that's going to be a discussion that we have if that happens. If we find out that they're moving up sometime closer to the draft and we already know what time it is, there's already been rumors saying that. But the Falcons got a chance. They hold all the cards to this, to be honest. They got a lot of draft picks. They can move. They don't even have to move up to number 1. They can move up as early as number 5 just to get over the Panthers. But if they feel like there's another team that's going to go after a quarterback, like the Lions or something, then they're going to have to go up to number 1. So I feel like they're going to have to be aggressive, and they're going to have to find a way to do it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think I'm talking crazy? You think I don't know what I'm talking about on either one of these subjects? Let me know in the description. In the comment section. Also, if you're on the podcast avenue or anything, give me some feedback. Let me know if I'm doing a good job or bad job. Give me a 5-star rating if you're on that Apple podcast or any other of these podcast areas that gives a rating. Give me a high star. I think I'm doing okay. If I'm not, like I said, give me some feedback. Let me know what I'm not doing, and let me know what I'm not doing well. I thank you guys for making it this far. Thank you for listening once again. I feel like Damien Williams could do pretty good. I really do. I also think that the Falcons are 50-50 on moving up in the draft. I don't think it's anything definite, but when you look at it on the surface, it kind of makes sense at this point that they'll probably move up if they really like one of these quarterbacks. So I think if they're moving up number 1, they're going to try to ensure that they get the quarterback that they want. And I think that quarterback is Willis. If they move in front of the Panthers, they're probably just guessing like, all right, one or the other. We may, him or Pickett. But I kind of think I'm leaning towards this Malik Willis thing. That may be a possibility based on what they've seen in the draft. What we've seen in the press conference, and also what the rumors are out there. They're kind of lining up a little bit. But we don't know anything. That's why we discuss all this stuff. Let me know what you guys think. Give me all the accolades or the negative feedback that you want. Thank you for watching. Give me a like, share, subscribe. Give me a 5-star rating if you like. If not, let me know what I could do better. Once again, also, if you want to donate, all the links are down in the description. Check me out and let everybody know what's going on. All right, y'all. Y'all have a fantastic Thursday. I will see you guys on the next one. You guys take it easy. You guys be blessed. Peace.